Ready?
You like my Star Trek shirt?
Oh, I love your Star Trek shirt. Trek yourself before you wreck. Yes. Always got to get a little Star Trek in there.
All right. Welcome to Lone Star Sumo. We're here at Sake and Sumo with my boy Justin Kizzard.
Hey, how's it going?
And I, of course, am Caleb Backus, and I have to say it looks weird right now. I don't know. Why does it look like it changed?
Yeah, because this is a special edition. Due to our life difficulties. Today is the first one that we're doing not next to each other. I'm pretty sad. Like I need your teddy bear energy.
Yes, I miss my little friend. I can pat on him.
I'm like the little thing that like what's his name? Fucking Jabba the Hutt like was playing with and shit. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I had car trouble today, and so I was getting some brakes repaired, and I couldn't make it up to Austin on the final day. And I felt bad. I tried to do it last weekend. Everything fell through. It had to be the Sunday. Sorry, guys, but
Sorry, guys. Shit happens. We have normal lives.
This may be not the most exciting video, but it was one of the most exciting Bashos. It was a great one, right? Am I correct?
Insane. Like that. I was like literally like killing myself thinking about all the things that I want to talk about. We have to fit all this into
a short little time. Okay, so we're gonna just jump into it. Let's talk about guys. Normally we talk about guys who disappoint us, but I want to like redefine that a little bit. Guys that disappoint us this Basho that looked like they were wrestling well, but they just weren't getting the wins, and that happens. That happens in all sports, and it happened a lot. It felt like in this one, and it's one that we're going to make great.
It did. It was actually pretty shocking. I don't know. Do you want to go first?
Oh yeah, I'll go first. Okay, so mine's gonna be in Juryo. It's Inho, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who mainly watched Juryo for Inho.
Yeah,
and he looked good. He would come off great. He had great side steps. He was getting in positions and stuff, but he wasn't getting a lot of wins. I'm not even sure what he ended up with, but it wasn't the 9 to 10 wins he probably should have gotten with how good he was wrestling, and it was really, really annoying to me.
Yeah, which pushes. I mean, more than likely, will probably push him a little further down into that the nest of Juryo. But
he's stuck in the middle somewhere instead of the top where he should be. Yeah. He should be a jumper right now with his weight and his skill. He should be at the top of Juryo or at the bottom of Maegashira. It's my brain.
Yeah, true. That's where I don't know. Like for me, there were in the top level. There was a few, and one of them that just really bummed me out. Like I was happy when he got his first win. I'm sure everybody knows, but it was Chionokuni, and I was like, holy crap! Like he was, I think he went like 0-10 before he nailed one out on day 11, something like that.
That's heartbreaking.
It was, and it's not like it was an injury thing. It like, cause I was like, well, is he injured? I'm like, no. I mean, he's pushing good, but he just, I don't know if the sumo gods or whatever just were not with him this Basho. But damn, I feel like everyone was clapping when he got his first win. Like, oh, like I don't know, just okay.
Because what you do, you gotta feel bad for people like that. He's not the first person. I remember a no show doing that not too long ago, and I think it was last year, the year before, and then the announcer guys were saying, "Oh, no show for this tournament," and I was like, "Oh, that's good, but gosh, that has to hurt."
Oh no, show.
I have another one, and it's another in. It's an Indo. Indo doesn't.
Yes.
He looks like he's not trying. In this tournament, he looked like he was trying and wrestling well. He just wasn't getting the wins. I don't know if the age is catching up to him. What is he, 31, 32?
32.
That might be happening. It's making me mad.
But outside of, I mean, yes, he was with the losing record, but he did pull off a really dope ass win on day 14 or day 14 or day 13, where I mean he completely flipped homeboy over. Like that was it was pretty solid.
Day 13.
Day 13.
It's a finalist for my match the Basho. It was a fantastic one.
Yep.
So beautiful.
I was like, okay, there he is. Like, yeah, it was, but there was a couple
like that the entire time. He just wasn't getting the guy out at the end somehow.
Yeah,
it just wasn't happening. No matter how good he was looked today.
As exciting as this Basho was, it like the guys who were in the like crazy like losing brackets, just it was surprising. It was a shock, and I don't know. So, sometimes you got the skills, and sometimes it's just, man, I don't know. It's just not your tournament.
Yeah, that happens. Those are my two guys. You have anyone else in that boat?
That was it. That was like I was like gritting my teeth. I guess we can slightly move on, like as like to the people who squeaked out from a 7-7. I like Oho. He was one of my picks. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I apologize. Let's backtrack. Meisei.
Oh, that's Meisei. He also looked good and couldn't get any wins.
Yeah. And he got day 15. Holy shit. I don't Daisho and Meisei, bro, you heard that crack like Daisho fucking wow.
Both of them wanted that.
Cracked it. It kind of scared me because I saw Daisho hit up, and you heard there was a certain sound, and it was a crack, and I thought he broke his jaw, but Meisei like went out, and I was looking at him as he like stumbled into the crowd, but he was still standing. Like if you crack your jaw like that, like he probably would have just been out, like down and out, but he was fine. It just was a really, really like gut-wrenching sound. And if we run the playback of that, you gotta hear that again.
I also want to put someone out there that I thought they looked good. Is that he was just a little off in his techniques, and a little off doing what he likes to do hurts a lot, and that was Aqua.
Yep. Woo! Oh, good one. Good one. How did I miss that?
Inner thigh throw is one of his favorite things in the world, but his foot just wasn't turning the way it should. And so when he would go down, the inner thigh throw is very exciting, but you have to go down with the person usually to pull it off.
Yeah.
And his foot wasn't all the way turned. His body wasn't all the way turned. So he was hitting before his opponent. He must have got to throw off like 4 or 5 times this tournament, but he would hit first because his technique was just a little off. And he loves that throw, so he always tries it anytime he gets a chance. So yeah. I understand that.
I think and everybody's got their sports superstitions. I think for me, it had to do with his Mawashi chains. He's trying to yeah, dude. He's trying to steal Chiyomaru's thunder, dude. Like there's only one neon green.
I thought it was because people like us call him Aqua instead of Akua.
And his color, the color of
his, so perfect.
Yeah, Aqua, and his belt was Aqua. Go back to it. Don't let Kotonowaka steal your shine, but go to Aqua. You got this.
It could be worse, guys. Guys who had losing record, it could be worse. You could be from Iowa.
You could be from Iowa.
We don't have a whole lot of time, so let's go on. We could do some other things. Let's see here.
I liked a lot of the day 15, like the 7-7 matches. Because people really pushed hard. I was nervous for Oho. One of my Sumo Fantasy League picks. And
his first week was incredible. His opening week,
he was on fire. I was like, oh yes, this kid. And then just started like, I don't know if like the idea of all I need is one more, like really just like screwed with his head.
Because it happens to new guys.
Yeah, because
it happens some of the first 2 or 3 times he was up in the top division, like those first few tournaments, he would get 7 wins and nothing else. And the first time he got 8 wins, everybody was like, "Fuck
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another 7-7. Of course, my man that I love, little pink smell your farts. Uda.
I was surprised he didn't get 8 before because he was wrestling so well. I thought he had
He was
8 by like mid of the second week.
Yeah. I don't know. The farts weren't smelling right.
It happened, man. Maybe he changed his diet. He got off that McDonald's he likes and went
but he did pull it off on day 15. I was a little nervous, but he pulled it off nice and clean. So those were probably the 2 7-7s that I was, kind of like, oh, please just let him get this last one. And so, Uda always has our heart, and Oho, new kid on the block, knocked it out the park in week 1, and week 2 was just kind of like, I don't know, was a little bit tense for him.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about our fantasy league. I picked Ichi Yamamoto to be up there, and he had a terrible Basho. Yeah. He didn't even look good. He didn't look like he was excited or anything.
Ooh. See, I always, whenever there's a new kid in like new, not coming back, but anytime there's a new one coming into the Maegashira, the lower level Maegashiras, I always give him a fighting chance, and it usually doesn't prove me wrong. So it was pretty good. I did all right.
Gonna be one of those guys that if they get to the top division, their first tournament they do really well, and then they just blow at their second tournament, and they're back in Juryo and have to work themselves back in again. I don't want him to be one of those guys. I think he's better. I think he's a M1 to M5 kind of wrestler. He has to believe in himself. You know?
Yeah. And that clearly told us something when he was so close to his 8. He's got to work some shit out in his head. He's got it physically, like he's got the technique. He needs to be comfortable saying, I belong in this top level. Yeah. And that might take a Basho or 2 where he is just like, yeah, I'm here. And then he moves on to the next, their next hurdles of mastering their technique or tweaking their technique or trying to find some new shit.
Technique to not be so one-sided or two-sided or whatever. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I want to go to one of our things that we're following on this show. If you've watched it before, you know who we're talking about. Basho and Wakatakage. Our rivalry that we think is going to be a big one in the future.
Woo!
They did not to fight each other on this one.
No.
I'm also really impressed with what they did, and it looks like our prediction that at the end of the year they're going to be up at the top of the top. And I'm excited as hell for that.
I want to give actually all the way around. I want to give a shout out to in the top level. I want to give a shout out to all of our small Rikishi. Yeah. Everybody, everybody did fairly well and I call, I categorize small Rikishis as, shorter than 5'11" and under 300 pounds. So you got guys like Koto Eko got his, got it. I think he got 9 wins. And then and another surprise dark horse that nobody ever thought of, who actually bulked up, I think about 20 pounds, Ishiuda.
Yeah. I don't know if it was 20 pounds. It was
10 about 10 pounds from last year.
It was impressive because I think he was at 250 now or something like that. That's really impressive.
No, he's 260. I think he's about 260.
Like 10 or 15 pounds. So yeah.
And I usually write him off.
Usually.
Yeah, I write him off because he was always he had like in-house style, but like was too stiff. He bulked up just a little bit, and impressive this Basho.
I gotta say something. That was funny to me because when I talk to people about sumo and about you, Justin, I say, oh, well, there's this guy, Ishuru, he's in the top division. That's exactly how Justin looks when he wrestles. Because that's exactly...
Shit, am I stiff?
Who know it, who don't know the other way around, like Murray, who of course you know, but
of course.
He's all like, he knows amateur, but he didn't know anything about professional. And he was watching with me the other day, And I was like, yeah, this guy wrestles just like Justin. And he watched the match. Was like, oh, he wrestles just like Justin. And I was like, I know. He wrestles like Justin. And I'm gonna see if I can put some shots up of both of y'all right now and see.
Oh, God damn it.
Get that up. So yeah.
Well, I do hope I hope I can bulk up a little bit, you know, and be a, you know, be like Ishida, but he was
muscle builder.
muscle man. He was a little muscle man. Kotoeko was amazing. Obviously, all our other small guys, Hoshoryu, Wakatakakage, Tobizaru. Tobizaru.
He almost did it. I think was he like 7 the last day and he didn't make it or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, he fought hard. He fought hard, but you know, but Jesus, who should have gotten the technique prize was Hoshoryu.
Oh my God, by far. That's one of the things I want to talk about was Hoshoryu's technique was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, this one.
Dude, he started looking like his uncle.
It was fantastic. And the second one I want to talk about is I loved being at if you're M1 or K, you have a hard time because the first week you're taking on all the Ozekis and Yokozunas and stuff.
Yeah.
And like usual, Wakatakage was there and he got a crappy first week. He should have had Shodai, but he stepped out right when he dominated Shodai. But he like stepped out right.
Let's speak about him later.
Yes, we'll get to that. But I'm just saying he should have beaten Shodai. So he should have had like 1 or 2 wins at the beginning. But then he comes back the second week and ends up with 9 wins. And in that position, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He might be a Sekawaki in the next tournament. He might be because I think
you know how picky they are, but
there's not a lot of spots left. It's hard to get up to that next level at this point.
Yeah, true.
So those two guys, even though they didn't face each other, I think our rivalry's still on. I think it's going to be amazing. Just wait, guys. I think this is going to be a big one. I really do.
Hell yeah. Quick pause.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't be Sumo and Sake without talking about what we're drinking, even though this is the first time we ain't drinking together.
Yeah, well, technically, we're virtually drinking together.
I mean, fuck this virtual shit. I like to drink with my homie. Well, I got this little. We just started carrying this at Texas Sake. It's from a company called Heaven Sake, or if you want to play on words, Heaven's Sake. You know, whatever.
Gotcha.
Anyways, it's a little baby. It's a sake baby. Aww. And I'm drinking this one for Mitakayumi because Mitakayumi is he's my little, you know, my little Mikun, my little sake baby.
So on the other hand, I ran out of sake at the house and didn't realize this till it was too late to go get some.
But he got some hooch.
You're probably thinking, what is this, Caleb? Well, there is a friend of ours. The husband of Mighty Mouse Jessica Hopper, his name is John Hopper. Here's a pretty photo of him right now and his gorgeous family. And this is some trash can bunch he made back on the 8th, and I am sucking it down right now. Cutting a little bit with some ginger ale because it is really strong, and I want to be drinking, but I don't want to be too stupid to, you know, talk.
Like we still gotta like finish this video.
Speaking of, we're going to go on to some bigger stuff. It's going to go on to the winner and also Ozeki status, because that's the 2 big things that came out of this in my opinion.
Well, also, you know, the fighting prize and the fight with Kotonowaka and Abi. We got to talk about them.
Yeah.
Before the big ones.
Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do.
Okay. Because
we'll do our special stuff. Let's start with match of the Basho. The one you just mentioned was on my list.
Got it.
Along with a bunch of others. It amazes me when I'm looking at this right now because I write it all down when I'm watching. Ura's on here like 3 times. Ura, who only had 8 wins, is on here like 3 times. And the one I'm going to put into, because I thought it was a fantastic match, even though technically it ended up not counting, was Ura and Takakeisho, honestly. The first one, the one that got recounted as a match, that first match was just so exciting. I don't even know how to explain it to people. They just hit each other, and Ura was just dodging just enough so he couldn't get pushed out, but then would push back. That's the part that made it exciting. Watching Ura push back on Takakeisho.
He's unpredictable, I mean, he's the kind of like I don't know. He's just this little like cute teddy bear, but like he's unpredictable. Like he does go a little too low. I think like sometimes enough to get a Hatake Komi, but he somehow pulls off some crazy shit, and you could tell he's passionate about sumo.
It's also instinct, I think, because he says his sumo is mainly getting lucky, he says. And I think that's because when you wrestle by instinct, besides thinking about what you're doing, that's why it feels just lucky when you win stuff.
He doesn't go in with a game plan, but do you ever notice like win or lose, even when he loses, he's excited. Yeah. Like he legit, like he's like, wow, that was amazing. Even I mean, dude did like a barrel roll. I think he went with Takakeisho, who just like put him on his butt, was like boop, and he just kind of like he just has this positive spirit about sumo. Like win or lose, he's like, man, that guy beat me really good. And like I don't know, like he is literally like a ball of sumo spirit, and like I thoroughly enjoy watching him, and I want to meet him someday.
Just because this is gonna be a thing on our channel, and I'm gonna put it up right now. He had, when he was an amateur, the greatest freaking win I've ever seen, and when he was a lightweight and won lightweight worlds. Here it is right now. I'm showing it to you. It's fantastic. Every time I watch it, it is the greatest move I've ever seen anyone do ever. And every time I show people, they're like, "Oh my god!" So you're going to see this a lot. Every time we talk about Ura, I think I'm just going to put that shot. It's the best freaking thing ever. But yeah, that was one of the only one. That's the one I picked, even though it was they did a rematch, which I think Takakeisho had won, but I also think he won by millimeters. So I was fine with the rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always prefer a rematch than a call that I think is bad.
Yeah, there was a couple, which maybe we won't get into it, but I mean there was a couple of very close monois. I mean like really close touching monois.
When they
obviously
really
Hoshoryu, Shodai.
Yeah, I'm cool with rematches. I'd rather have that than a bad call. But like the next day after Takakeisho, Ura and Terunofuji, then Ura and Wakataka Kage on day 11. Yeah, I mean, he just had great matches all over.
Yeah. That one, Ura was so close beating Terunofuji. He got super excited, like at the edge, and literally he was like up top and kind of flailing with his left arm. He was like, I'm actually gonna beat him, and he's just kind of like, whoa.
So I'm gonna say it again, Takakeisho Ura. Before the match of the Basho, in my opinion. I know it didn't have the drama as some of the other ones later, so I feel like I should have picked those. But I keep going back to that one. Also,
well, because people kind of forgot.
When his ankle rolled there, you're like, oh, he's screwed. And when he got up and wrestled again, you can see he didn't have anything left. He was done. Yeah. And I was like, oh, he's gonna pull out. And then I was like, no, don't pull out. Don't pull out. Oh, he pulled out.
And he pulled out, which I picked Takakeisho, for in our fantasy league, and I mean because I just couldn't pick Shodai, like for obvious reasons. I'm sorry, I'm a Shodai hater. You can leave comments, dude. He just
an Abi hater, and he got like 11 wins this time.
Man, you know what? You know how long I've been an Abi hater. I have been an Abi hater for quite some time, but I think that his demotion. Dude like fucking like a robot, just like put on some fucking guns and has mastered his style, has humbled himself, and he's redeeming himself with me. I
still think it's more athleticism than technique, though. I still
think he's still too far forward. He's still on his heels aren't even touching the floor.
So athletic and balanced that he can do that. But all I can think is, how good would you be if you just got better at your technique, Okay.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, but for me, the match of the Basho, which was surprising. Again, I'm not a huge Abi fan. I will go on record. Kotomawaka and Abi, day 15.
Day 15.
I knew going in.
You can hear the crowd losing their mind.
It was just a joust and parry, like. Constantly. Number one, I knew that it was going to be a good matchup. Number one, they're both like Jesus Christ, like 6-something feet. Like they're both the same height. They both have about the same arm length. I think that Kotonowaka's got about 10 to 20 pounds on Abi, but I knew it was a great matchup. And God, it was like edge for edge. Like I've never been that excited in a while. And it like, because I mean, Abi wasn't allowed to do his like crazy pushing style as much as he thought it would be. I mean,
it was more of him surviving on the edges. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to say something though about that was I don't know why they don't. Everybody, maybe it's because it's training. Because you're trained that when people hit you with arms to come up usually, or to swipe down.
That's swipe down.
And you see a lot of people come up right at the elbow, which you should do most time. But I've noticed, and I've felt this also when I wrestle Sam Kemka, is when people come out with those long ass arms, the best thing to do actually is to swipe to the side with them. Because when they go like this, you get inside and you take off their power. Because if you're inside, their power is gone. And that happened to Abi once. I forgot who did it. I think it was Hoshori who did it. He did it like a side swipe, and he came into the side and drove him out really quick. I'm gonna look back to see who it was exactly, but someone did that, and I'm like, why do more people do that? Because that's what I would do: side swipe her arms, get them out the way, get inside. Don't do this because he's going for your throat anyway. So if you do this, you're just pushing your own head up.
Well, I mean, I guess it's maybe you match it to your body type, but like Takayumi was genius. His was up, and it worked for him. Like he was constantly pulling up. Takakeisho, Onosho, a couple guys, they're more down. When you strike at them, they're more down, so that because their arms are shorter, and so it's just a quick, and they're more powerful this way, and they pop down. But Kotonowaka,
it cost Terunofuji because that's what he was trying to do, and he was
it did.
He was pushing Abi's hands up more into his neck by trying to hit that elbow in that place.
Yeah. And it cost him. And it cost him actually. I think it cost him twice because even Tamawashi did the same thing. Tamawashi pushed up into his neck, and he's so focused of going this way, he can't see. And then Tamawashi just wasn't there. Boop, and dropped him. It was great timing.
That's my thing. Like swipe to the side sometimes. More people need to do that sometimes. It throws people off.
I feel you.
Okay. So yeah, I think I agree. I think I'm gonna have 2 matches of the Bashos, which I never do. But the Kotonowaka Abi, Takakeisho Ura, those are my 2.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the Justin Kizzard's Fighting Spirit Award right here.
My Fighting Spirit Award.
Oh, I like that. Add the music now. We got that.
Goes to Hoshoryu. That shit was, dude, he's a god. I don't know. Like, actually, damn, I don't know. Fighting spirit and technique? I don't know. But fighting spirit, because holy shit, dude went face first in the Tawada. I mean, it ripped, it ripped his face apart. And then the dude was like trying to pat his face, and he was like, shit, I got a Tori Naoshi. Like, and wasn't even fazed by it. He was like, I'm just gonna go handle this guy Shodai. For me, that the feeling that like when it became a Tori Naoshi, I feel like Shodai was kind of like, shit, because half the Basho was Shodai winning by some like small technical like thing where he was like, woo, squeaked by that one, like, and Hoshoryu was like, nah, you're not squeaking by this one. Boom, round 2, he was like, and gotcha. So I am utterly excited that he is Kadoban, and we need to get, and now that Mitakayumi's in there, like, I'm very excited.
That's what we should talk about right now, because that's craziness. I want to talk about that. I've been wanting to talk about this. This is probably the most important thing of the whole Basho is we have Mitakayumi winning the Basho. Yeah. Amazingly so.
Solid.
Like this was like 2017 Mitakayumi, 2018 Mitakayumi, when he won those other two Bashos he won. Like, that badassness. And he, in my opinion, should be an Ozeki after that performance. I don't know if they'll give it to him because 3 back, he only had 8 wins. but the last two tournaments were fantastic. He was just really good.
Yeah. He's always, I mean, when I first started watching sumo, I had been a fan of his. And I don't like he just win or lose, he's got great form. Like he always has great form. And I was lucky in 2018 to be 2018 or 2018. I was in 2018 able to go, and I actually, I mean, I didn't get to talk to him, but I got to meet him like face to face and take a picture. I met him at the Osaka Basho March 20th of 2018. And I even like the night before made a little sign that said like USA loves Mitakayumi. And I was hoping to get like I was close enough to where the cameras could get me, and I was hoping that I could like get my face on NHK. It didn't happen, but it is what it is. It was a really awesome picture.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've always been a fan of his. And he came up in university with like at the same time with Takakeisho Ozeki, and to see to see like Takakeisho jump to Ozeki, that's got he spent like a good year or two just hurting, watching the same guys that you come up with really just skyrocket. And he always was so close. He's very consistent, always sekiwake komusubi, sekiwake komusubi, sekiwake komusubi, and like this, he just deserves this. He's one of those guys that had always lived, like should have been there. And I know it really hurt to see Shodai become Ozeki before he did. Probably. So that has to mess with your mental, and to overcome that mental block, or that, I don't know, maybe jealousy, or not jealousy, or whatever, just that thing of, fuck, I deserve to be there. How the fuck does this guy Shodai become that?
Because if you think about, we talk about rivalries on the show, and in 2017-18, Mitakayumi and Takakeisho had a fantastic rivalry. They were like, and they still trade off wins. The only reason it doesn't feel like a rivalry anymore is because Takakeisho's been in so many runs for the Bashos, like 2 to 3 times a year he's in run for a Basho, where the last in 2019 and 20 and 21, Takayumi just wasn't there. He would have a good first week and a bad second week. This one, even though Takakeisho wasn't there, it felt like if he comes back and Takakeisho comes back healthy, they might rejoin it, because that got me back into watching sumo back when I had lost kind of interest in, I would say, 2008 to 2015, 16. Got it. 2017, when they started going at it, and then they had that playoff for a Basho, the Mitakayumi one that did the torn pectoral for Takakeisho, and then the playoff and stuff like that. I would love that stuff back again, because they still trade off wins. They still know each other really well, and if you know someone really well, you trade off wins. It's just what y'all do.
And dude, we've probably at least this whole year of of solid, like you and I, like first for me it was Asanoyama, but we'll revisit that. We'll revisit that in a year. But for now, for 2022, Takakeisho, Mitakayumi, like we finally got a great Ozeki rivalry. Yeah. Win or lose the Basho, I think every Basho I'm gonna be excited for a Takakeisho Mitakayumi matchup.
Yes, as long as they're healthy, they're gonna kick each other's butt. And because they're those short pushers, they're gonna be hard for our Yokozuna Terunofuji, who that's his biggest issue, is the short pushers. Those are the guys that give him the most trouble. I mean, he's gotten a lot better at it, since he's like, I'll just accept it as much as possible until they make a mistake. But it's still probably his biggest issue. It's still like the first guy that beat him was that Daisho was the first guy that beat him, and I think a no-show. The short guys still give him the trouble. Yeah. So,
no. The first guy to beat Terunofuji was Tamawashi. From that, like he popped him up.
I mean this tournament. I mean since when he Yokozuna.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he had that first one he had. And you're like, okay. Sorry, my bad. I didn't explain it very well.
Okay.
But so the next thing we need to talk about is Ozeki's A, we talked about how much I think he should be in there. B, we have both Ozekis with currently Kataban on the next tournament.
Is Takakeisho Kataban just because of an injury?
Yeah, he's Kataban because he didn't get 8 wins, so he's going to be Kataban.
Well, I wouldn't worry about Takakeisho because, well, shit.
If he gets injured again, though, it's not that he can get 8 wins in a tournament easy, but if he gets hurt again, his injuries is his issue, not his talent.
They should adjust that.
Talent is 10 to 13 wins every freaking tournament, but his injuries keeps him down.
Yeah, which is nuts because, Shodai doesn't go hard. He goes on the edge, which keeps him, that's why he never gets injured. But a guy like Takakeisho, he goes 110%, and fucking, and that sometimes costs him, and he's not a belt fighter. I feel like belt fighters tend to get less injuries versus actually
the pushers,
all the pushers, the Oshizumo.
Yeah. You're putting more energy out when you do that.
Yeah.
The belt fighters is a little more, it's more efficient to do the pushing thrusting thing. You get people out faster, you're done, it's over, but it also costs a lot more energy. So
yeah,
stamina is usually a big issue for those guys, and so is injuries because of those things.
True.
So belt fighting helps, but then again, belt fighting is not as efficient. If you get someone like on with you, unless you're Hakuho, you're not going to win every time, even when you're really good. So that's
I guess that's true.
This is true. Yeah.
So I don't know what I know we're on a time limit here because we're in virtual world, man.
But we can wrap it up. We got we're talking about Ozeki. So actually I didn't.
No, why don't we talk about the final match?
Oh, actually, you know what? We should. Why didn't we talk?
We haven't even talked about that.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Mitakeumi was one ahead of a few of the people, including Abi.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a 3-way. Had Terunofuji beaten Mitakeumi, and had Abi won against Kotonowaka.
Kotonowaka had the same amount, so whoever won that one, because they both had 11 at that point. So so whoever won out of that, plus that Terunofuji had won, there would have been a 3-way go.
Yeah. So Mitakeumi needed to lose.
So with Abi winning, then we just need Terunofuji win to have a 3-way thing, and that would have been great. That'd been great.
I know. Everybody looks for those kind of like dream moments.
That was really sorry. It felt to me like Mitakeumi on that last match going, I deserve to be Ozeki. Bam. That's why. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. And honestly, if I don't know, it looked almost too easy. Mitakeumi seemed like he had a game plan. Now I do want to point out, and we could probably even zero in on this. I don't know. There was a little bit of shade on Terunofuji's part, because look back. You guys look back. Right after that loss, Mitakeumi kind of, I don't know if this is like a rank thing or whatever, but Mitakeumi kind of touched Terunofuji's shoulder, kind of like in a way like, oh, don't fall. Are you good? And then Terunofuji was kind of like, bitch, get off my shoulder. It's a little like Mitakeumi. I don't know if it like what that was, but look at that little like microaggression of shade, because Mitakeumi and I don't know if Mitakeumi was the one who was actually the person giving the shade, like, hey, sorry you lost, I got you, bro. But Terunofuji kind of as soon as Mitakeumi touched his shoulder, like, ooh, don't fall off the dohyo. Terunofuji was like a little bit, just a little snagged it away, like, bro, don't touch me, I got this. I don't know, it was interesting. You tell me what you think about that.
See if I can find that. I didn't notice
watch that tiny little moment, because I noticed that, and because Terunofuji, he looked extra salty. He looked extra salty off of that win, but this was Mitakeumi's time. Let's give him his shine.
That gives him three Bashos before even coming. That's that's big man. God, maybe I have been drinking too much.
Who? It's Sumo and Sake.
I might have to cut this out. Me being like, what? Konishiki. Woo! That finally it just popped out my head. That's what he had. He had 3 Bashos without becoming an Ozeki. So it's very rare. I don't know what the stats are, but getting 1 and 2 are really hard. And he has 3 now. So like that's gotta feel something. You gotta be like, come on, man, I got to get there. I gotta at least be Ozeki at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's hard. It's hard to win 1. Like some of the best you've ever seen won 0-1. Some of the best wrestlers you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And oh shoot. So getting 3 and not making to Ozeki is insane. So I really hope they give him the promotion, even though I don't think he's at the 33. I don't know what the numbers are. I know he had 8 back. I think he had 11 last tournament and 13 this one or 14? 13. He had 2 losses, right? Yeah. So
that has to be. I thought all of that has to be. It's like it has to be above 10 back to back, and
they're all.
I don't know.
They're all guidelines. It's 33 over 3 tournaments when you're in the top.
Oh, okay.
But it's all guidelines because your boy only had 32. Showdown only had 32. And they made Takakeisho get more than 33. They made him they're like, we're not totally sure. The next one he got like more, and he was like 35 or something. They're like, okay, you'll be Ozeki. So like it takes, it's all guidelines on how those guys who make those decisions feel. But I hope they give it to him after this. If just because I think after next tournament, Shodai is falling. I believe this, unless he gives his all.
Shodai deserves he deserves to fall. And again, like I don't know him personally. Like I don't know. Like I'm not like I don't hate him as a person. Just in other words, we're solely talking about wrestling. Like, and I just think that he doesn't deserve to be. He does not deserve in his style. His like. Even like when he loses, like his presence, he kind of like has this like pouty face, like I lost again. Like he lets it get to him like so much, dude. Like and that's annoying. Like you look like you'll never let's put this in perspective. You'll never on Hakuho's face, on fucking Temino Fuji's face, you'll never see that level of frustration off of losses ever on people like that. Like fuck that. Not even. Let's not even talk Yokozunas. Let's talk Ozeki's. Talk about past Ozeki's. Have you ever seen the look of frustration physically shown on their faces of any Ozeki that you can think of?
Yeah,
I don't even think
basis. You might see it every now and then.
Once every
year or something where they really was upset, but like nothing.
But the second Shodai gets on a losing streak, like he just stays on the losing streak, and he shows he's just like, oh, like a little kid that lost his toy kind of thing. He's just he'll as soon as he gets stepped out of the ring, he's kind of like, oh fuck, oh, and then he bows and shit.
Yeah, like that's not my issue with him. My issue with him, though, that is a valid issue. You're not wrong about that. But my issue with him, it feels like he had his great run to become Ozeki, and then he was satisfied at that point. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants the guy who's satisfied to be Ozeki and like, I'll just get my 8 so I can keep my promotion.
Ooh, exactly. He teeters and plays this little game of just.
As much as the English-speaking world doesn't, a lot of them don't like Takakeisho being up there. I want Ozeki like that, someone who's pushing to get the title, who's pushing to try to get that next step. Even if they're failing, at least they're trying their best to get that next step, and to win those Bashos. That is Ozeki. Ozeki to me is champion. Yeah, Yokozuna is grand champion, but Ozeki to me is a champion. And to be a champion, you got to always try to win. Always to be up in the top, guys. And the last 2 or 3 days, you should be running for the title if you can.
Bro, anybody who is a Shodai fan, I don't know. Like
he lost most of them.
Give us a reason. I don't know. Somebody give us a reason, because me and Caleb, we really analyze a lot of these, these Rikishi, and like, I just like, please give me some, and again, I'm pretty objective. Like, give me some reason why you think he should remain Ozeki.
That's a good one. If you can throw that in the comments, we would love to see it.
Please.
Also, throw in who you feel should be Ozeki. Do you think Mitake should be Ozeki next, or you feel like someone's going to come up? Like, I still think by the end of the year, I think Hoshoryu might.
If Hoshoryu
could be running for it.
Dead ass.
If
Hoshoryu can bulk up 10 more pounds.
Yeah, because he's
10 more pounds.
I think this time last year we were
all you need, bro.
But he is gaining weight, but it's slow muscle gain. But he's getting there, and he's going to be a big dude that's killing people. I can't wait to see it.
Your uncle's watching. Awesome. Your uncle's watching.
All right. I am finishing this up.
Oh shit.
I'm
almost there.
Okay. So we'll just go really quick to what we want to see next tournament. I want to see, we mentioned a little bit before, I want to see Takakeisho come healthy, and him and Takayumi relive that rivalry they used to have back in 2017 and 2018. I would love to see that. I would love to also see Wakatakage move up to that second walkie level. I don't know, he probably won't get it this time because there's a lot of good guys, but at 9 wins, Komusumi is really impressive in my opinion. And so he just needs to get to that next level, and I'm excited about that because, like I said, he should be Sekawaki all the time. He should be like what Takayumi's been lately, like just like staying up there in the top guys all the time. Yeah, he's that good.
I will say, for me, for next Basho, obviously Takayumi becomes Ozeki, and I'm very excited to see him own the position, because everybody changes their energy as they bump up to these positions that they've never had. Obviously, Teruno Fuji, I was a little nervous at first, but he owns the crown, and he's doing it. That crown fits him very well, and so I'm very excited to see Takayumi's new growth as it in the position that he has always strived for. I am excited to see Shodai get demoted and be shown as the fraud that he is.
He just needs 8 losses or more.
Yep, and that's very easy. You just need a handful of Maegashira to wipe that off of the map.
Yeah,
and I am excited to. I'm really excited to see more Hoshoryu. And where he's gonna go. I would like to see about a 10-pound increase on him. As a small guy, I like to say that size doesn't matter, but specifically for him, I think it does matter. And I think you will see a lot more stability and consistency in his wins, and he'll be very dangerous with 10 more pounds plus his already beautiful technique.
And I hope we have a Wakatakage Hoshoryu match, because we didn't have that this last one.
Yes.
Those guys are so good.
That could be. I mean, this whole. I don't know. That could be a nice little crazy technical rivalry. And
so far you got someone who loves to push but is technically good on the belt, and someone who loves to use the belt but is technically good pushing as well. We mentioned it before. We're going to mention it probably every time we do a video. We love these two guys, these young hungry wrestlers who aren't the biggest guys in the world but can stand up to anybody, and we love them.
Waka Flocka.
And his brother was in this one too. His brother didn't do half bad. I think he's going to stick around. And he has another brother in Jurio, so there's one
tiny. I'm hoping we have enough time. One tiny thing to watch for. This guy, I know they're not showing it on Nato Sumo, but watch for this kid. I don't know. I now follow his Instagram. He's a young kid. He's in Sandan Men, or no, Jonindan. Sandanmen or Jonin. No, he's in Jonin Dan. Way low, super skinny, but his heart is nuts. His name is like Gaia, like Mother Nature, Gaia.
Gaia, like Gaia.
He doesn't even have enough hair to put it up in the top knot yet. But him and his brother, I follow his Instagram because him and his brother are in the lower levels. They're super like cute kids, and I think they're like 17 or 18. But I saw a match. I think John one of the guys who do sumo, or John Sumo, something like that, posted a match of him, and then I went down a rabbit hole of finding out more shit about him. And so his name is like Gaia.
That's what I wrote down. We'll see. We'll make sure. We'll check it out.
Anyways, just wanted to plug that one.
That's nice. I love that. I love guys I don't know them coming up. Like I still think she should fucking do better because his size is perfect for sumo. And
she didn't do so hot. I've been following him. He didn't do so hot on this one. But
what the guy whose name we for some reason always forget, Hakuho's new guy who should have been in Juryo, but then like
the crazy tall guy. I want to see him again. I don't know where he is at this point. I haven't put
seen
that shit in the comments, you guys, because I can't remember either.
We're
already drunk by now.
Oh shit, where was it? Who else? Oh, the guy who won the college thing, the big muscular guy who's below Juryo. And he also doesn't have that long hair yet, but
yeah. Dude's buff as fuck. Ari Ari, one from Dark Circle Sumo, she knows him. She actually sent me his picture and his name. But dude's jacked, like probably more jacked than Ishiuda, and he's like slick hair. Okay. Somebody leave a comment.
Fun future for sumo. We're so excited here at Sake. So we're gonna see you. Hopefully we'll see you next month. Maybe finally we'll get to do the Hakuho episode we've been trying to do forever. If not, we'll do something. And then after that, we'll have the preview the month after. And then the next episode of Sake and Sumo, two drunk guys talking about a sport they love. I don't have that much. You know what? Hold on. I was going to stop drinking, but you got a little bit more. I'll pour it so we can finish together.
Yes.
All right. So from us SNS boys to all you sumo fans out there, love y'all. See y'all next Basho.
See you next Basho. Woo! Nice, dude.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Hey, that wasn't